Hi, I'm Ravinder Bhogal. I'm a chef, journalist, and the founder of Jikoni restaurant in Marylebone, and I'm at Fortnum Mason at the Food and Drink Studio.
Hi Ravinder.
So, what are we doing?
We're going to make your famous prawn Scotch egg.
Prawn Toast Scotch Egg, exactly. The Bonnie love child of a British Scotch egg and a Chinese prawn toast. And we say that when you bring them together, you're sort of proving that when cultures come together, you're creating something that's better than the sum of their parts. Okay, so the farce, which is what goes around the outside, is prawns. We either roughly chop them if you want them nice and textured, or you can just put them through the blender. We've got chili here, ginger and garlic, and lots of it, because you really, you think about prawns, they're quite sweet, so you need something a little fiery.
Yeah, it sort of adds a warmth to it, doesn't it?
Definitely. Spring onions, and I like the green parts especially, because I think that's where all the real flavour of a spring onion is.
Yeah, it's often the bit that people throw away.
Soy, which is kind of acting as the salt here, and then sesame oil, and that I think is essential to Chinese cooking and a prawn toast,
So Fortnums were inventors of the Scotch egg in 1738.
So Sam, you're going to now roll the farce over the egg, and then you're going to pane it, and paneing is just a fancy way of saying breadcrumbing, right?
Yeah.
So flour, then seasoned egg, and these crumbs. And I think our crumbs are very special because we buy those very spicy Thai prawn crackers. We blitz them, mix them in with the with the breadcrumbs, and because they're made of rice, they kind of puff up and go really, really crispy on the outside.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I love that idea.
And you can see all those nuggets of goodness and flavour, the red chili, the spring onion, bits of ginger and garlic, delicious.
And it's interesting that you have used prawn, because the word Scotch for Scotch egg came from adding anchovies into the mix.
Yeah, and I wonder if that also came then from the Portuguese, who were going into the East, preserving fish and all of that. When you create these kind of hybrid dishes, you're taking the best of all cultures. You're kind of being a magpie and saying, wow, that looks great, that's a great idea. And then you bring it all together and you create, again, something better than the sum of its parts. Think about something like a Scotch egg and a Chinese prawn toast. When you bring them together, I think you're creating something even more special.
I agree with you there.
I think that coating looks perfect. Now the key thing is the deep frying. So no air frying with these, I'm afraid. Has to be hot oil, so about 175, 180 degrees. And we normally do about 2 minutes and then 2 minutes through the oven. Why do you think Scotch eggs are so emblematic for Fortnum Mason?
They are the ultimate snack, really.
Yeah, we love nibbly bits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, I would rather pick nibbly bits over a proper dinner any day.
Yeah. Picky bit dinner.
Yeah. You eat with your eyes, right? And anything that looks burnished and golden immediately looks more appetizing.
Exactly.
It literally is like the goose that laid the golden egg. I'm not calling you a goose. So what I like to do, especially because we've been quite generous with the farce, is just to put it through the oven for a couple of minutes just to make sure it's cooked all the way through. Moment of truth.
This is it.
Always a serrated knife, right, when you're cutting through a Scotch egg. Bang, look at that, glorious. We serve ours with a banana ketchup and pickled cucumber, because I just think you need something pickled to cut through the richness of the Scotch egg.
And I really love the addition of the sesame seeds.
Yes, absolutely.
The classic prawn toast.
Look at that, it's stunning. What more could you want?